One sun, one world, one grid, or OSOWOG. Picture a future where the sun's energy is always available, and humanity draws clean power from wherever daylight falls, sending it instantly across continents as the Earth turns. It's the dream of creating a global solar grid linking nations, economies, and lives, offering not just economic revolutions, but a leap forward for climate action and international cooperation. This idea goes far beyond just putting panels on rooftops. It is about weaving together advanced transmission lines, diplomatic courage, and technological breakthroughs, all in service of a genuinely planetary energy network. By the end of this journey, you'll see why OSOWOG matters to your wallet, your neighborhood, and your world. Now, before we plunge into the heart of this story, if you want more content like this, please like, share, and subscribe to Macro Decoded. Your support helps us keep decoding the biggest trends shaping our global future.
Let's start with the big vision. Why does One Sun, One World, One Grid matter?
It's an initiative spearheaded by India, the UK, and the International Solar Alliance, which now includes over 120 member countries with support from the World Bank. The goal? Create an interconnected global electricity grid fed entirely by renewable energy, especially solar. Imagine the technical magic. The sun shines somewhere on Earth at every moment, so through advanced grid interconnections, countries can send solar power where it's dark and demand is peaking. It tackles one of the biggest problems of solar. It's only available during daylight, and batteries are expensive. OSOWOG flips the script by sharing surplus clean energy across time zones, slashing storage costs, and keeping the lights on around the clock. The savings could approach hundreds of billions of dollars per year as less money goes into storage and backup systems and more into direct clean generation. For grid engineers and policymakers, this is the holy grail. Stable, cheap, continuous, clean electricity.
The roadmap is ambitious. Phase 1 connects regional grids across Asia, already in motion, with transmission lines linking India, Oman, Singapore, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, and the Gulf region. By late 2025, India alone is set to exchange up to 7,000 megawatts of electricity with its neighbors, with plans to extend this flow to the Middle East and Southeast Asia. Phase 2 will take this model west to Africa, leveraging vast solar and wind resources. Phase 3 is full global integration, cross-continental HVDC cables spanning oceans and land, linking Europe, Asia, Africa, and eventually the Americas. Imagine a future where surplus solar power generated under the Sahara Desert powers factories in Berlin, cools data centers in Singapore, and lights up villages in Brazil, all in real time. But how does it actually work? OSOWOG harnesses high-voltage direct current technology, HVDC, a game-changer for sending electricity long distances with minimal loss. Underwater transmission cables, already in service between Norway and the UK, can deliver gigawatts of power over hundreds of kilometers. These interconnections overcome the old frequency and voltage mismatches between national grids, allowing asynchronous, real-time trading. The result is a more flexible, resilient global electricity network, shock-proof against local outages, natural disasters, and even cybersecurity threats, which engineers are taking seriously as grid integration increases. Every link added is a lifeline. Every megawatt traded is a step toward low-carbon abundance. Now, who's involved? The International Solar Alliance is leading the push, with critical support from the World Bank and private investors. China, despite its dominance in solar manufacturing and minerals, remains on the fence about full formal membership, but is engaging in technical talks and strategic pilot projects. The United States has joined via USAID, signing a Memorandum of Understanding to promote regional interconnections and supply chain resilience. Europe is eager, especially after recent grid disruptions and volatile fossil fuel prices. But OSOWOG isn't just about building cables and trading electrons. It's a geopolitical chess match where economic stakes and national interests collide and align in unpredictable ways. Saudi Arabia, with ultra-cheap solar in its deserts, is converting sunbeams into soft power, exporting electrons as well as oil. India is positioning itself as the global hub for energy trade, while Europe seeks to pivot from Russian gas dependency to African and Asian renewables. The economics are dizzying: trillions in infrastructure, millions of jobs in transmission and grid management, and new opportunities for regional growth. The Global Capability Center is emerging as a Silicon Valley for solar, driving R&D and workforce training in AI, advanced grid systems, and battery recycling to support the whole ecosystem.
Yet the path is full of obstacles. Political sovereignty is a big issue. No one wants to be dependent on a rival for electricity, and energy is, after all, strategic infrastructure. Cost sharing among nations complicates negotiations, especially when the benefits are uneven. Regulatory harmonization is slow. Harmonizing standards, permitting, and cross-border electricity pricing could take years or even decades. Geopolitical tensions between the US, China, the EU, and regional powers are ever present, and sometimes threaten progress at every step. And let's not forget the sheer engineering challenges. Undersea and overland cables must brave storms, earthquakes, cyber risks, and changing demand patterns, which means every link in the chain must be robust, smart, and secure. Still, the upside is profound. OSOWOG will slash global carbon emissions, speed up the end of fossil fuels, and unlock cheap, reliable energy for billions. For small island countries and energy-poor regions, it's a game changer, offering resilience and economic empowerment. If all goes according to plan, by 2050 we could see a 2,600 gigawatts interconnected global grid, delivering clean electricity wherever and whenever needed. So, what's next? By 2028, expect to see the first big links, such as the India-Singapore cable, going live. By the mid-2030-50s, regional grids will unite Africa, Europe, and Asia. And by 2050, if cooperation holds and investment continues apace, the global grid will become reality, rendering energy poverty an outdated concept, and fossil fuel oligarchies relics of the past.
This vision is worth supporting and watching closely. It's not only a story about technology or policy, but about human ambition to conquer darkness, scarcity, and division through cooperation. OSOWOG stands as a beacon that could unite economies and even cultures, making the sun, for the first time in our history, the world's principal energy provider. If you found this deep dive enlightening, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share Macro Decoded. Until next time, stay curious and stay powered by the sun. Thanks for tuning in.